How's everybody doing first and foremost? I got a little mini rant I'm going about. There's been a lot of character development throughout the years of growing as a person and as a content creator and all the above. And this year has been the most substantial. I've changed so much that I'm really starting to question who I even am. Not like in a bad way where it's like I have personality disorder or I'm not confident in who I am or nothing like that. Just more of like my mindset, and all the mind shifts I've had. And I've been watching a lot of well, I used to, not as much. I used to watch a lot of like what's it called? Like content that like people self better content or whatever the word is for it. I can't remember exactly. Um but yeah, like people who like tell you, yeah, you got to go through this phase of being different to where your old friends or old people in your life don't understand you, but you still aren't more successful to where newer people can relate to you yet. Like stuff like that. Like, all those people who be telling you those types of things. And I didn't really understand it at first. I thought it was kind of more just like one of them things that people just say. But on paper, it made sense. But I can see now that, yeah, it definitely has some weight behind it because I kind of convinced myself that, like, I'm going to be one of these people who are successful and don't have to worry about this is this. And I'm just talking from a money standpoint because I think that's where most people look at for their success from is money and materialistic objects and financial gain and stuff like that. But when I think of success, I think of just all around like the person you are, like a person that's respectable, a person that I would want to be, a person I envision myself to be, like someone who's, you know, emotionally intelligent, all the above, right? I'm not gonna go do the list, but like just think of the best version of yourself, the best person you can imagine yourself to be. That's what I see when I think of myself in the future. It's not just about money, but yes, also money would be a factor. But yeah, I just been brainwashing myself so much to thinking that I'm going to actually get there, which I feel like I will. Honestly, I don't feel like that's a bad thing. But with that kind of mindset on my head, it kind of makes the now way different than it used to be. Like, cause I actively know I'm trying to get somewhere, right? When I back in the day, I just wake up, play basketball for like a couple hours, whatever, take a shower, go to sleep, and then that was just life. Like play the game, maybe eat some chips, like I was just flowing through life. There was no end goal. There was no destination. When you're like constantly striving for something and you have a in route map and you know you want to end up here, I'm doing all of this now so I can end up here in the future. Everything is now different, right? So it's no longer just floating through and doing whatever. Like I have an objective now, like, and that objective is a big objective. Like the objective is to change your life and make it for the better. So everything I do just feels different and has a different weight to it, like than it used to. So I'm trying to learn how to live more in the newer me and how to adapt to that, right? Making content is a good example I use because that also changes a lot of my perspective. I made a TikTok video a couple days ago. Well, I think I just posted it today, but I make my drafts not too long ago, but I was doing some thinking about it, and I don't know if I might make this a separate video later in the future. When everything goes as planned and I am a successful content creator, I might come back and make a video about it just because. But it's hard to make content with friends who aren't like locked in on content, right? Because that's not their objective, that's not their goal. So if that's what I want to do for my living, right? It's kind of like I'm not PR trained, but camera trained, like to the sense where if I'm streaming, there's people who's always saying, "Yo, bro, I'm live. You can't say this, whatever." And then you get to around your friends, and they don't have that same type of training. It's just like, well, how can I relate to that friend now? Not saying that, oh, we can't still talk and play basketball and stuff. That's not what I'm saying. But the dynamic changes a little bit, right? If you become a YouTuber and you're recording your entire life, you're a vlogger. You vlog 24/7. That's what you do now. You're a vlogger. Your friend invites you to his birthday party. You pull up with a camera and mic and all that other stuff. Like, to them, that's like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. What's he doing? I just thought it was a cool little birthday. He's vlogging, trying to get content. That's his life now. So it's not that y'all can't still be friends or nothing. It's just a disconnect now because you're doing something that's not normally seen in that other friend's lifestyle. But on the other hand, right, you're not DDG, you're not Kai Cenat, you're not ISO Speed, so you're not finna be able to collab and do all these other things with bigger creators because you're still a small creator that no one really knows for real. But at the same time, you're trying to not be nothing, right? Your friends are just partying, doing whatever, which is cool. everyone has. I'm not saying one way is better than the other way of living, but that's just the disconnect I feel. I feel that doing content and everything, and I keep it to myself. I don't go around blurring to everybody, oh, I do this, because that's not the point in why I do it. I don't need to feel entitled to people's appreciation, or not appreciation. I don't need to feel entitled to people's praise for what I do or why I'm trying to do, because that's not the point in it. But I do feel disconnect though. Just all the changes I've made to be this person, right? Even with just turning the camera on, there's little changes in your head you have to make. Okay, I have to prepare myself mentally. People are gonna say this on the internet. You're gonna get negative comments all the time. People are gonna be haters. They're gonna be weird people. There's gonna be people who do all types of things. People who harass you. Just that, in the sense of knowing that comes with it. You have to be mentally, physically, not mentally. I mean, not physically. I'm tripping. You have to be mentally tough. You have to have thick skin. All that, right? That all changes your personality. If you're someone who takes criticism very hard, then maybe content's not for you. But if you want to do it, you got to learn the skills of not caring. And just a lot of stuff like that. Just little details that change. I was on the phone with a relative a couple days ago, and I can't remember what we was just talking about, but we was making jokes. He was like, "Yeah, man, whatever. I know how you are. This." But keep in mind, I'm changing, and no one's knowing I'm changing, because I'm not. I mean, I don't know if my family or not watches my videos. I really don't. I'm assuming they don't. I don't know, because how would they know I have a channel? I mean, there's a few who know, but I'm sure they're not going around showing everyone, oh yeah, look, now they post another video. Not that important. But the reason I say that is I'm changing in the dark, because everything that's going on, all the personality shifts, all the morals that are changing, and the way I look at life, the way I view everything that's been changing throughout the years, people don't see that or know that you're changing, and they expect you to stay the same. So when those changes do happen, they don't expect you to be any different. So like I said, I was on the phone with a relative, and they told me, yeah, I know how you think, this is whatever. Yeah, you know how the old me think. You don't know how I think now. And it's kind of funny to see that they still will believe that they know who you are, even after everything that's happened. Like, all these shifts, all these dynamics, and everything in my life, that I just look at it so differently. Like, and that's not to say it's better or worse or whatever. It just is, right? Nothing has to be good or bad. It just is. It's an adaptation. It's something I have to adapt to, right? This new lifestyle that I've paid for myself. And I'm not even successful or done nothing with content to feel like, oh, I can brag and boast. But you have to become that person first before you are that person, right? So if you go to the gym and you want to get in shape, you have to be in shape mentally before you can get in shape physically. Because if you're not in shape mentally, you're going to go for a week, 2 weeks, and you're going to stop going. I don't want to go no more. I'm tired, whatever. I want to go eat some more cake, some junk food. So you have to mentally become the person you want to be before you are that person physically. And I've been training myself mentally for the past couple years now. Oh yeah, I do this. I do content. I'm a streamer, YouTuber. I'm a confident person. I'm self-conscious. Not self-conscious, good or bad. I don't know. But basically, like, I don't care about people's opinions, all that stuff, right? I've been feeding myself that information for these couple years now, and I'm starting to believe it, and I'm really starting to live in that body of this is who I am now. So much that it's changing who I am as a person. It's been changing me for so long, but I couldn't really realize that until now. Like, my self-value, everything I do, the way I carry myself, the way I think myself, everything is just tenfold, right? And that's not to say I'm a selfish person, but I value myself. I feel like a lot of people should. A lot of people don't. And that's the sad thing about it. I work in a third shift job, which I take pride in, because at one point I didn't have a job and I was just doing content the whole time. And even though that was the happiest moments in my life, I ain't had no money or nothing like that. People do got bills out here, so that had to get fixed. But even then, I was so desperate for the job, and I was looking for a job, kind of wanting to get anything I could get. And here's how the dynamic switched, right? So when I first walked in, didn't have a dollar, needed the job, all that other stuff. I get the job. I'm there for almost a year now. It'll be a year, May 22nd of 2025. It's March 4th of 2025. Wait, January, February, March. No, it's April 11th. I'm tripping. But anyway, I've been there for almost a year now, so the dynamic has changed, right? I got a little bit of money. I did my thing. I did whatever I was supposed to do. And The job is it's a third shift manual labor job. I work in a warehouse. So that has effects on my body. I get cramps and stuff when I'm just trying to chill. If I try to just cross my leg, I might get a random cramp. And the oatmeal would be like, that's just what it is, right? I'm just getting cramps. Oh well, let me try to find a way to fix it. But the new me is like, I'm getting cramps. I value my body. Let me see if I can find something else to do so I can still have money on the side but focus on content because I value my body. Like just little details and little things like that, or being respected. I used to let people talk crazy to me and do all types of things just because it was like didn't want to do confrontation, or just because I don't know what it was. I honestly don't know. I just a pushover. That's the easiest way to put it. But now it's just like, and I'm not some tough dude who's gonna, oh, what you say? Like, nah, it's just like the respect value. So it's like I don't hang around people who are gonna say stuff like that. Like if you're gonna say something crazy, that's cool. I might side eye you like this, or just like really be like, okay, cool. But I don't hang around people like that no more. Like I don't allow people to just make me the butt of the joke or feel like I'm being disrespected or something. Like I don't know. It's just different morals I got. But that all came over time with me changing my perspective of myself and my whole mentality of going through life. So now I'm just focused on what I'm doing. I premeditate everything. So when I'm talking to my future self, I always talk of as if I'm already successful, and that's just the goal and mindset I've been moving with through this entire year. And hopefully, by 2026, it all pays off. But if it doesn't, I mean, I still got that mindset. Like time is not the factor for me. It's like it doesn't matter if it takes 5, 10, 6 years, whatever, how long it takes. As long as it comes, that's all that I'm really worried about. I'm not worried about the time. I'm worried about the event, and I feel like more people should move through life that way. They're too worried about it not being now, and that's why they don't ever get there, because instead of playing the longevity game, they want it now, and I'm cool with waiting. So I'm making this video to really express to y'all that, like, they want lying. Like, there's gonna get a phase in your life when you've changed so much from the old you that you notice it. And like I said, I'm gonna keep going back to this phone reference because this was a real conversation I had. I was telling that person on the phone, I was like, yeah, I changed so much that, like, when I look back and think of the old me and the things I did and the way I thought and stuff I did and how I allowed people to treat me and all this, it's embarrassing. Like, I'm embarrassed to think of the old me, and that's not necessarily bad. It just shows that I've grown, and that's what the person on the phone told me. Like, yeah, it just shows that you've grown because you're able to reflect on that, and I think everyone should. And that's why I make these videos, not only for y'all but for myself. Whenever whoever knows what I'm going through, whatever time may be, however years may pass, these videos are up to be up, right? I'm never gonna be embarrassed at how I used to be or how I used to think. Like, I was thinking about that the other day too. Is these videos are going to be up for a long time, forever. And this will be something I can mark as, like, my own history, if you think about it. So I'll always be able to go back and watch and reflect on myself and see how I've changed and what I thought and what I used to think. And I'm never going to be embarrassed to have that, because why should I? Everyone has parts of themselves that they wish they didn't do or did do. And since mine's on the internet, it is what it is. I can stamp that and die behind what I stood on. You know what I mean? So made this far. I appreciate you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. I go live on Twitch if y'all want to follow me there. We're trying to hit 460 followers and 12 subs. First thing in the description. Stay safe, stay blessed, keep guiding you guys' lives. I'll catch our next upload.